Hi, hello, and welcome back. I am here today with the wonderful Paula Cohen of Tailoring. For any of you that have been to a conference in the last couple of years, well, I think 2019 was maybe your first conference, Paula, I think 2018 or 19.
Yeah.
And then if you did attend last year, you will have already seen Paula and seen how amazing she is. Her expertise and knowledge from a coaching perspective is just first class. And I've worked with Paula before, which has been amazing. So yeah, Paula was with us last year, and I'm delighted that she's going to join us for the third time. And I don't think there's maybe anybody that's been three times, I'm sure. So we're really, really delighted that Paula's decided to come back. So welcome back, Paula, to our 10th anniversary Northwest BA conference. I forgot what it was called then. I can't believe that it's been 10 years, and
I know.
it's just,
No.
and obviously
Actually,
we had a couple in lockdown that were online,
yeah,
but they were
yeah,
still just as good. But
yeah.
it's just amazing that I can't believe that
I
it's
think
been
it's a
10 years.
massive achievement, Joe, getting to 10 years. And I have to say, I feel very, very honoured and very flattered to be a guest for the third time.
Oh, I'm part of our super special event as well, which yeah, I'm really, really excited. And I know that your session is going to be just as brilliant as it was last year and as it was the first time you came. And you always give some real key takeaways and little kind of aha, yes, I need to do that moments as well. And we were talking before
Yeah.
you came on about certain things about really concentrating on working with the people that were really important to you and surrounding yourself by those
Absolutely.
clients that really make you want to do the job every day. Not
Yes.
that it's a job, but yes, it's definitely
Well,
worthwhile.
it just makes such a difference, doesn't it? When you work with people who absolutely appreciate you, and yes, perhaps they challenge you, but they challenge you to do your best work rather than, challenging you to do everything at 2 minutes notice.
Yeah.
That just makes such a difference to how much you enjoy the business, how rewarding it feels for you, how sort of motivating it feels. And if you feel like you're developing and you're appreciated, that's so different to just feeling that you're working with a bunch of clients who kind of take you for granted and just see you as a bit of a transactional resource, isn't it?
Exactly. And I think identifying what that is, and it's sometimes it can take a long time for a VA to really identify where they sit and what they want to do and the kind of work that they want, because it's quite well known that in the beginning most VAs will just say, yeah, we'll work with anybody, we'll do anything. It's just
Yeah,
all about building the brand, building the
yeah,
visibility, building the finance pot, and actually getting through and getting a
yeah.
reputation. Yeah.
And to some degree, there's nothing wrong with that. I think sometimes, actually, what I do often see is when people are quite new to business, they get sucked into a lot of what they see online, talking
Yeah.
about how you must niche and you've got to focus on your ideal client and don't ever work with anybody that isn't perfect and make sure you're charging high fees. And actually, a lot of people end up almost squashed in a corner thinking it's not quite working
Mm.
because they're trying to be perfect. But
Mhm.
when you first start out, you just need to make money. You just
Yeah.
need to take on those clients who are ready to pay, get yourself to a break-even point, and then you can build on that to then think about perfect clients and increased fees and being more selective. But yeah,
Definitely.
let's not be perfect straight away and actually end up stuck not making any money and with a
Yeah.
failing business.
Definitely, because they're the lessons that you learn in the beginning
Hmm.
of, well, I did that and I tried that and that didn't work. So I know that now I don't want to do that. And when I speak to VAs and when I've done mentoring with them, instead of us sitting down and saying, right, what do you love to do? I say, right, what do you not like to do?
Oh
What
yeah,
do you not like to work with? What hours do you not like to work? Let's get
yeah,
rid of all of that. And
yeah,
then when we know what we don't want to do, it really focuses on, well, I don't want to do that because, so I do want to do this because. So
yeah,
it really helps you to define what that is. But we do all have to go through that stage of um, identifying and learning and developing, which kind of leads on to once you've kind of got to that. And I suppose even in the beginning, it's still all the things that you talk about considering yourself to be your most important client, because you
absolutely.
are at the end of the day, if you can't
Yes,
service your own business and understand what's going on,
yeah.
and it's really difficult to move things forward. So based on that, do you want to give us a little bit of an insight into what you're going to be sharing this year?
Yes. So I love your theme this year, Jo, of celebration and celebrating. So I thought it was the perfect opportunity for me to create a session all around celebrating you. Because actually, I think lots of us in business, and I would say particularly VAs, are in that kind of supportive role. So they're amazing at supporting other people and celebrating other people. But often what that means is that your business, your priorities, your goals are the things that just get gradually pushed down the list or pushed to the back of the queue, or squeezed in as and when. But I'm actually a huge believer in putting you and your business first. And when you are a little bit selfish about your business goals and about exactly how you want to develop things, what actually happens is you build something that you're really proud of. You build something based around your best skills, working with the best kind of clients. And then actually what you do is you create a much better business for you, which is then better able to deliver fabulous service to clients. It gives you more chance to do things like bring in associates so you can work with more clients. So in many ways, putting yourself first is the best thing you can do for you, but it's also the best thing you can do for clients. So yeah, we're really going to talk all about what gets in the way of prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your business goals. What are those things that you tend to tolerate? Tolerance, I think, is always a really fun subject. It's something that I make the theme of my 90-day planning workshops every so often, because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about tolerance, in that it's often seen as a very good trait to have. It's all about being patient and being understanding and taking on board everybody's point of view. So it's a very positive quality. But then sometimes in business that backfires on us, and we become tolerant of needy
Behavior.
customers,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
people that pay slightly late, and they pay slightly late this month and then just slightly later next month, or clients that message at all hours. And they message one day at 5:30, so we respond, and then they message at 6, so we respond, and before you know it, it creeps, and clients are expecting you to respond to them at 9 o'clock at night. So that's the other side of tolerance, where we can just tolerate the fact that we're lovely people and we're very supportive and we want to give great service to our clients, but suddenly find that that level of tolerance has actually become quite a stumbling block, and is now something that is actually really holding us back and holding us down. So yeah, I'm going to talk about lots of bits and pieces around that, some specific strategies about how to prioritize yourself and how to organize your workload and be more focused on goals and your ambitions and things like that, because there's nothing wrong with a bit of ambition. And then we're going to talk about some of those things like tolerance, and where are the places where you should actually learn to say no a little bit more often, because no is a very powerful word. And in many cases, it's something we don't use often enough.
Yeah, oh, I totally agree. Yeah. And I think there's always lots of conversations with VAs and different events that I've been to where we talk about the need to support, because we come from naturally, most VAs will come from that natural background of being in a support position of either a PA, office manager, executive assistant, whatever that is. So and because we're in this industry, it's a natural instinct to be able to support and do as much as we physically can do. And a lot of that is to say, yes, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, just send it over. That's fine. So it's a natural thing. And there's lots of things that we've probably all had to learn and get over during whatever time they've been in business of, yes, they're saying no, but for a reason, because you just either can't do it, you don't have time, giving an alternative option. And also the just word, which we tend to say, oh, yeah, I'm just a PA, I'm just a VA. And we've learned a lot. We had to learn a lot of things and grow. And I think understanding yourself and your business and putting that business first and seeing it as you would a client, prioritizing time as you would do with a client for your business, which you spoke about last year and when you were with us first time. That's a really, really important thing.
It's that classic thing as well, isn't it? That when you're in that supportive role for clients, there's probably so many times you will have a conversation with a client who is overwhelmed, overworked, and they're talking to you about what's going on. And it's so easy to say to them, you should say no to that, don't you? Or, you're being from pillar to post, or you're doing too much for that client. And it's so easy to see when it's somebody else. It's just so much harder to see it and to do it when it's actually you. But, you know, a lot of that comes down to setting the right kind of boundaries. And those are boundaries that just help to educate your clients to be better clients, to be more appreciative clients. But it also means that they know exactly what they are entitled to expect from you and what they're not entitled to expect from you. You kind of help them structure their business slightly better by understanding what level of support they can expect and what level of support is actually over and above, and then they're going to need to find something else, or they need to, you know, look for something different in their own business to be able to accommodate all of that.
Definitely.
Again, it's all in everybody's best interest. I have to say, I did laugh when you said the just word, Jo, because my VA, who I think I've actually worked with now for about 6 years, when I first started working with her, after about 6 months, I said to her, you know, your middle name should be "Can you just?" Because every message I used to send her is, "Can you just? Can you just? Could you just?" And very much that whole not seeing what I could get away with, but seeing what was in her skill set, what was in her scope, does it fit in the hours that we've got? But then also recently we had a conversation where I asked her about adding something into the service that she provides. So she re-quoted me. And I kind of said, well, I wasn't sure whether there was a bit of scope in there already, because each time I ask you if you can do something extra, you've always got time to do it. And she said, well, yes, that's just because I'm a bit of a sucker and I never say no, we've used all the time. It just goes to show that her having not educated me about the fact that I've actually snuck past my capacity quite regularly. It meant I wasn't appreciating the fact that she was doing extra. If anything, I was taking it for granted. And I think that position is so easy to get into because you're being helpful and supportive, and actually saying no and being a little less tolerant is very powerful to shift back that balance with your clients, so that the kind of the power sits with you rather than them just thinking that you are a supplier that they can kind of pick up and drop whenever best suits them. They'll appreciate it much more.
Definitely. And I think that comes with the relationship that you build as well. So there will be clients where you have worked with them a long time and they've become you know, a friend, and you would talk to them a lot more, maybe outside of work as well. So you do just go a little bit above and beyond and a little bit further, because you don't mind, because you understand them and you understand the business, and they see you as it makes a difference when I think they see you as an equal business partner, they see you as a business, and they understand that what you're doing is your business, that even though you're supporting them, you also have a business yourself. So they recognize you as a business partner, someone that works alongside them. And that's maybe in the education between the VA and the client. If you're a very transactional, send me the stuff, I do it, we don't have a relationship, we don't talk, whatever, we're not chitty chatty, that's fine. But that goes back to what I said at the beginning about identifying where you are and what you want to be. And as you said, it's all everything is right. And I say, I believe VAs are in one of two camps. You're either a VA that provides all of the support and you just happen to have a business because you've got to have insurance and you've got to have somewhere for them to contact you, and or you're a business owner and you just happen to do all of the stuff that people need. So kind of find out where you want to be, wherever you are is absolutely perfect for your life and your business at that time, or whatever time. But maybe identify where you want to be and what you want to be positioned as. Do you want to be just a transactional VA that maybe does associate work for people? You want to work a limited amount of time, you want someone else to find the work, absolutely fine. You want to be a business owner that positions yourself as an equal business owner to other businesses. And it's hard to position yourself in that. It takes a long time. But if we can get all those things in the beginning that you're going to talk about and share, then at least it's a good foothold and a good foundation for people to think, I do need to do that, and I do need to give myself some time on my business.
Absolutely.
Because how can we support and advise and recommend things to clients when we all do it, don't we? When we don't really do all the stuff that we tell other people to do. Of course.
As I say, not as I do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's so true as well, though, because you know, I talk to lots of VAs who are not quite as organised in their business as they know that they should be, and nowhere near as organised as they have their clients. I talk to a lot of accountants who have terrible trouble with credit control because they're giving all the advice to their clients, they're not doing it themselves. So, you know, it's so much easier to see what needs doing in somebody else's business than to see it for you. But that's why I always talk about thinking about yourself and your business as a client, because there are such straightforward things that you would do. Things like, if you had a piece of work scheduled in for a client with a deadline, you would never say, I don't really feel like it, I think I'll do that tomorrow or do it next week. Whereas when it's the stuff you're going to do on your own business, there's a million ways we can push that back or you know, not prioritize it. And I think it comes back to that whole thing of knowing what you're looking to build and really getting clear on what's going to make me proud about my business when I'm sitting here in 3, 5, 25 years time. What do I want to look back on and say that I've achieved, so that I feel incredibly proud of something? And then we can build around that. Then you can focus on, okay, that's the business, that's the model, that's the client. What are all the things I need to put in place? So that's what I'm building towards, and I'm not always squishing that down my list and never quite getting around to it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, totally. Oh, it's going to be a brilliant session. Yeah, can't wait.
Excited.
I can't wait, can't wait. So you're joining us on day 1, aren't you, Paula, in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, just after lunch. And the icebreaker.
The sort of graveyard shift, the post lunch nap session.
No, because
make it lively.
They will. Everyone will have done the icebreaker after lunch, and they'll be buzzing.
I was going to say, I might have to put some star jumps into it or something in the middle.
No way. No, there will all be. We'll be getting everybody up and moving around, and yeah, it'd be brilliant. Yeah, as usual, it'll be brilliant. So thanks so much for coming on and sharing parts of your session. Not long. We are a month away now. Not long at all. There's still some tickets available until the 10th of June, so you can still secure a ticket. I will, and I keep saying it and I keep sharing it on social media, that you would not get to sit in front of 7 unbelievable experts with tons of advice and knowledge and expertise for the cost of the Northwest VA conference. You literally won't be able to buy it anywhere else. So unparalleled value. You
and I know that every year Joanne's saying to you, this is too cheap,
it's
Joe.
Too cheap.
Put the prices up. It really is.
I know.
But as an outsider who just comes in every so often, I always tend to make sure I build in enough time to sit through a couple of the other speaker sessions as well. And I take loads of value away from that. But the value from the speakers is amazing. The value from spending a day and a half, 2 days with a whole bunch of other people going through the same thing as you as well, and sharing all those ideas and challenges is absolutely astronomical. So the value is insane. I actually can't believe you still got tickets left, Joe. What are people doing?
I know. Oh, tell me about it. I know. But only until the 10th of June. So you've not got long time to go. Not got long. I'm going to say a quick happy International VA Day for last week. Hope you had an amazing day and your clients celebrated you as they should do. And you celebrated yourself, more importantly, and shouted about how wonderful you are. So it was great to see so many posts from everybody. Thanks again, Paula, and we will see you again on the 20th of June, and there will be nice cakes in the afternoon.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Lovely special cakes. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.